Hello and welcome to the latest action from the Gaz Shocks Compact Cup. We're winging it this weekend because we're on the 1.85 mile Silverstone International Circuit. It's a crucial stage of the season, rounds 9 and 10 this weekend, with just 4 more races to go after this. But we start in Cheshire because the 7th and 8th rounds of the championship were held for the first time at Oulton Park back at the beginning of July. Down to Cascades for the first time, then it's side by side for the lead of the race. Tovey on the inside, Roberts is on the outside. Oh, and there's a bit of contact there, and that's Tovey spinning around. Roberts is off as well. John Watt goes through into the lead of the race, but he loses out now to Paul Hinson. Well, let's have a look at the replay. The two leaders side by side. Roberts in the white car, the championship leader on the outside. We've got John Watt on the inside of him as well, but there was contact, I think, between Roberts and Tovey. Tovey came off worse and spun around, but Roberts went bouncing over the grass as he tried to rejoin the circuit. So safety car then here at Oulton Park. Not often that we get a safety car in the Compact Cup, but a different race organiser here this weekend, and it's Paul Hinson that is leading the field round from in second place, the number 99 car of Ben Pearson. Looks like James Gornall is in third place and John Watt fourth as the race gets underway again. Through Oulton Corner for the first time. The top three have made a bit of a break from the rest here. Possibly John Watt caught napping a bit there. Declan McDonald goes through in fifth. And there's Jonathan Davis going through as well. Mark Morton in the green number 26 car is quite well up the order too, as they make their way down towards Cascades. Hinson continuing to lead then. The challenge on for second place. James Gornall in the background with his headlamps ablaze, trying to put some pressure on the ex-Ginetta Junior racer Ben Pearson. It's the highest we've seen him up the order so far. Through the chicane and up Clay Hill they go for the first time after their release from behind the safety car. Hinson getting away here then. He's leading by about a second and a half. It's almost side by side though for second. Pearson holding on from the ex-British GT champion James Gornall, who won that title back in 2008. Still John Watt there in fourth, McDonald fifth. And Gornall now through to second place, ahead of Pearson. There's Declan McDonald in the Macatac racing car, the brightly coloured livery. He's making his way down towards the left-hand sweeper at Island Bend. Well, Gornall chasing after Hinson here, but the gap is still around about a second and a half between the pair. Oh, and a challenge on further back. That's a threat on the number 99 car of Ben Pearson from John Watt. Two of them pretty much together there now. Great racing here in the Compact Cup, the first time these cars have been to the Oulton Park International Circuit. And there's a new leader because James Gornall is now out in front. What has happened to Paul Hinson? There he is in the background. Paul Hinson, our race leader, the former MR2 champion, goes into retirement, and that promotes James Gornall into the lead. It's Ben Pearson second, John Watt in third place now as they climb Clay Hill for what I think is going to be the final time. Declan McDonald up to fourth. There's Hinson, something broken on his car. He retires from the race, denying him his first win. Instead, James Gornall wins for the first time in the Compact Cup.
James Gornall, how do you feel after your race win today?
I'm very pleased. I've been second too many times, so to finally get a win is very good, although I was gifted a little bit after Paul Hinson had a problem on the, I think it was the penultimate lap. He had I think it was a 2-second gap, and it was going to be pretty tough to catch that because we were quite similar in pace.
Excellent, excellent. And did the safety car incident affect your sort of strategy much?
Not really. I was planning to drive flat out from start to finish, so we just had to do a slow bit in the middle. But I got a reasonable restart, so and gapped the guys behind as well. I think they were sleeping rather than paying attention. I was lucky not to get caught up in that first corner incident because they were spinning right in front of me, but ultimately it worked out all right, and it was two of my people I'm trying to beat who were involved in that incident, so I'll take what I can get.
All set for the second race of the day here at Oulton Park. We're going to have the first lap drama that we did in race one. They're off and running, and Steve Roberts makes a good start. He's on the outside line. It looks like he's going to sweep into the lead, into Oulton corner for the first time. You can see Paul Hinson is out there as well. It was a broken front wishbone for him in race 1. He's borrowed one from another team to get out in race 2. Through Cascades, Gornall there, the race 1 winner, is in 3rd position because the 2 leaders just a little bit further up the road. And it's the 2 drivers that came to grief at Cascades on the opening lap of race 1, Steve Roberts and Mike Tovey. Tovey shows his nose to Roberts now as they come down towards Hislops, the chicane. Gornall there in 3rd, having to work hard to fend off John Watt. And a huge gaggle of compacts coming down towards us here. 37 cars taking part here at Oulton Park this weekend. A near capacity grid of these 318 TIs. Well, Roberts extending his lead here over Tovey. It's these 2 drivers that are up in contention at the sharp end of the championship, along with James Gornall. There's John Watt. He's going more well of late. And he too has pulled away now from the 5th place car, which is that of Paul Hinson. Paul, who was shortly denied that win in race 1, going reasonably strongly in race 2. Down towards the chicane once again. Roberts, Tovey, Gornall and Watt. Gap back then to Hinson in 5th place. It's Owen Hunter in 6th position, but a long line of BMWs making their way down from Hilltop towards this chicane. And up Clay Hill they will go, back into the woods towards Druids. Ooh, bit of an incident there. Dust kicked up. Oh, and yes, one of the tyre stacks, one of the corner markers has been knocked out of position. It may well have been the number 10 car there that clobbered it. That's Dave Whitmore. Snookered it onto the grass. Oh, it's side by side for the lead of the race now. Tovey on the inside line, and he goes through to take the lead away from Steve Roberts. Well, that's good going, because the gap had been more than a second at one point. Roberts fighting back though on the exit of Old Hall, and he's back through by the time they get to Cascades. Meanwhile, Gornall now under a lot of pressure as well from John Watt for the final position on the podium. From Tovey, who has another look now and has a big lock-up going down into his. So Roberts holds on for the moment. Out of the chicane they go, up Clay Hill once more. And Roberts, I think, might about be able to hold on here. Checkered flag is made ready, and it is going to be Steve Roberts that takes it from Mike Tovey in 2nd place, and it's John Watt that comes across the line, taking his first podium in the Compact Cup.
So a great race win for you there, Steve. It was a fairly close battle between you and Mike Tovey, wasn't it, all the way around? Talk us through the race.
Yeah, I mean, me and Mike, we both had the pace in qualifying, and John Watt did, to be fair, as well. Obviously, me and Mike, we didn't have a coming together in the first one, but it was very close. We pushed each other very hard, and we both, unfortunately, skitted off at Cascades, I think it was. And so that kind of wrecked both of our races. So we kind of had a word with each other and said, well, let's get through the first 2 corners this time. Luckily, I got a good start and managed to just get ahead of him. And then we settled into the race, and we had the pace over the rest of the field. So we managed to gap the rest of the field. But then we got into a pretty intense fight. Mike managed to actually get past me, but I managed to do him back pretty quickly. But then, to be honest, I managed to get 4 or 5 car lengths on him coming over the line. I was thinking, right, this is going to be the last lap ball, and the checker just came out. So I think they hit curfew, and luckily for me, I was happy to see the checker, because you always are when you're in the front. But it was unlucky for Mike, because he wanted another lap to try and get past me, and I think it would have been a good climax.
We head back to Silverstone after this break.